Asparagus weeds were introduced to Australia from southern and eastern Africa in the mid to late 1800s, mainly for ornamental purposes. Unfortunately, they've become weeds that are spreading into native bushland. This is Asparagus aethiopicus, common name ground asparagus. It's a perennial, low-growing herb with sprawling or arching stems that arise from a central crown. The stems are up to 2 metres long, and they have many short branches and short, sharp spines. The fruits are glossy berries. Initially green, they turn bright red when mature, and they're very attractive to birds. So dealing with this weed before it fruits will greatly slow its spread. The stems emanate from a single point. That's where the crown is. The crown is a compressed group of underground rhizomes that forms the central growing point for the stems. This plant has been dug out of the ground in its entirety so that we can see what's going on below the ground. You'll notice that radiating out from the crown is a dense mass of feeder roots. These are used for nutrient uptake, and they firmly anchor the plant in the ground. These tubers emanate from a root rather than a rhizome, so they can't reproduce. They store nutrients whenever the plant is dormant, thereby permitting survival from one year to the next. It's a relatively simple matter to deal with this plant. Wearing strong gloves, locate the rhizome and cut the stems off just above it. Any berries should be stripped and bagged, or if too dense with berries, simply bag the whole stem. Now we have to remove the crown. Clear around the rhizome as best as possible. Our task is simply to cut the roots and tubers away from the crown. They will be left on the ground, but we must remove the crown in its entirety. Blaster saws are very effective for this, with occasional resort to a peter lever if the going gets tough. The roots and tubers can't reproduce, so we just leave them in situ. Just remove the berries and the crown. Be aware that even a small fragment of crown can grow a new plant. For more information on controlling asparagus weeds and other ones, see the Weeds Australia website.